Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of Java with the Jims. My name is Jim Meyer, broker associate at Remax Gold. Now you have a friend in the real estate business. I'm here with my good friend, Jim Filippi, Esquire. I have sent him a lot of clients. None of them have gone to jail. We have steve.kodad in the house with us, a Feng Shui expert. We talked about Feng Shui. We talked about Qi. But let's wrap it up today with our final Feng Shui episode, talking about selling houses, which is what you did for many years. I'm still doing it, and Jim used to do it also, but he got smart and he went to American Samoa and got his degree and became an attorney. So anyway, so are there homes that are more difficult to sell or for a person to live in, I guess because of Feng Shui?
Yeah, Jim, I do a whole module on this because there are certain homes that you sort of try to persuade buyers to maybe sort of go by, pass by. As you know, a lot of them find their own homes nowadays, so out of maybe 10 homes, they've already said, hey, I want to see these 7. But I think it's um, to their happiness to actually tell them that these particular homes are going to cause a problem with the flow of energy and the comfort over the years, and therefore might not allow you to be as successful. So some of the homes that might surprise you, and I think California probably has most of these. Now here in Florida, where I'm situated, I don't have all of these, but number one would be a split level. Split level, the energy comes in the front door. That's how we're trying to attract it. And then it doesn't know if it goes down or goes up. And so it's maybe not going to go anywhere real well. So split levels. If you have a big cliff behind you or a big drop off, in Feng Shui, that's not a good idea. You want your backyard to be fairly long and not have a huge drop off. That's where the energy would drop off. The energy actually sort of collects in the backyard, and we want it to stick around. We want it to stick around and help us a lot. So anytime you have a very high driveway, that's not good. And one thing that I always noticed in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I did my real estate business, is that anytime there's a home below street level where you have to go down, that is another one that's a real no-no. And I always try to tell my students the following. They said, think about this for a second. You get up in the morning, you get in your car, and you have to gun it to get up the driveway. You don't even want to go to work probably in the first place. So you're already not terribly happy about this thing, and you've had to use all this gas to get up there. But, also the idea with flooding, the water coming down and going into a house. So there are a lot of places that are not going to work real well. Believe it or not, even certain houses on a cul-de-sac can be a problem because the energy is coming down and hitting one of them sometimes directly. If you think about how a cul-de-sac is and a house down at the end, and somebody's got their high beams on, say at 1 o'clock in the morning, and your bedroom is in the front, right away, you probably would like to get your gun out and shoot them. But, it's just, there are certain things that you try to steer people away. You want to get the bedrooms in the back of the house, right? It's away from some of the noise. Sleep is so pivotal that, you want to take that very, very much into account so that these people become successful.
Wow. I mean, now, if somebody wants to, can they take your class online?
Yes. The class is going to run for about 4 weeks. I have one coming up on March the 7th, and I have a certification Feng Shui real estate professional, or you can decide on Feng Shui staging professional. And there's 6 webinars and a lot of supplemental videos in between them. And, it's been a winner for me now for about 16 years. I used to do them all over the Southeast live over 3 days.
Wow.
And, ever since 2008, things have now gone a little differently. Now, after COVID, things have gone differently, but it's online. And yes, I would love to have them decide to take a good look at it.
Now, is there a realtor certification that you give?
Yeah, it's a certification that I give. It's called, again, Feng Shui Real Estate Professional.
Oh, okay, that's what you were saying. So they can have
Yeah,
like the little initials on their card
yeah.
saying they're
Yeah,
certified.
I've got logos for both of them, and I give them a lot of extra stuff, including checklists and all that kind of stuff. Because let's face it, the first time you do a feng shui evaluation, you're a little bit hesitant about it. I have a 12-page seller checklist, and I have a 3-page buyer checklist.
Well, I've sold hundreds of houses. I still need my checklist just to get in the car. So,
Yeah.
Jim, this is the final episode with Steve. I'm getting a little sad that we're almost done. Do you have a final question?
I do. You spoke very in depth about, certain houses not being the right chief or a client. If they're just locked in on this house, is there anything that they can do to mitigate some of those issues?
There is, Jim. In some cases, though, it's just a Band-Aid. And so they're still going to have a problem. So some of them are so severe that it's to the person's advantage to actually tell them the truth. This is the way I think. And as you know, some of them are going to go ahead anyway because they fell in love with the kitchen or whatever. But certainly there are cures for some of these situations. Now there is no cure below street level,
Right.
really. Well, there is a cure, but it's not a very good one. And then there are some other cures too, but really the ones that I just mentioned are very, very severe. And it'd be better if you steered away from them and took a look at a few other homes with your real estate agent.
Brilliant.
Yeah, makes
Wow.
sense.
Okay, so I think that you've probably made a lot of people start to think about stuff that they had never thought of before. So now if somebody wants to consult with you, do you consult or did they have to sign up for the class? How does it work if somebody wants to learn more from you?
Yeah, my website, Jim, is www.thefengshuicure.com. And so all the information's on there. There are PDFs on there that explain the training. Everything goes through PayPal for me. I don't ever touch your credit card.
Good.
And so, yeah, that's the place to go if you're interested in looking into what I do.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much, Steve. Thank you for Jim, and we're going to see you guys again next time for another exciting episode.